SWG. See how that works. See how that goes. I didn't have a major easiest for that. Changing that. I'm changing that. Let's fix that. I'm just gonna bring that down. Let's bring that down some. Okay, that should be better. That was really loud. Alright, anyways, so we're playing SWG. Legends, this is an emulator. It's SWG Legends because it allows you, if you can see, can I spin the camera? No. I know there's a way to do it, I just don't remember how. It's been a really long time since I've played this game. And I do mean the emulator. I do mean the emulator, not Star Wars Galaxy in general. Much better. Much better. Okay. Plus, I don't know if, like, can I even stream with that music? That's the question. I don't think it plays long enough to catch a copyright issue. You know, just in case. Just in case. So we are currently in search of our very own crystal, because guess I was in the middle of being a Jedi character on SWG. For those that don't know, when SWG first came out, Star Wars Galaxies, there were several classes. Jedi was not one of them, but the developers were like, there's a secret way to unlock a Force-sensitive character, because, you know, during that time there wasn't Jedi per se, but there were Force-sensitive people. But, you know, the Empire was hunting them and this and that, so it was dangerous. And eventually, they changed the system so that you could, in fact, do holocron quests. And if you completed certain things with the holocron told you to do, you would be able to unlock or begin the Jedi quest. Alright, cool. We got it. Excellent. We can move on. Keep that crystal safe. We will do my best. Oops, that is not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. Keep that crystal safe. There. Where'd they go? And hidden. You will need to tune it, and then you can put it in your lightsaber. Ooh, he has a lightsaber for me. Let's go get our lightsaber. Let's do that. Anyway, so they had holocrons that would tell you what to do, because the conditions to unlock Jedi, the Jedi questline, were just unknown. They were random. They were things that no one really knew how to do it. You had to, and everybody's was different. You had to unlock certain professions, and it might not be a profession you're playing and things of that nature. So why would you ever just know to try a different profession and things of that nature? So eventually they came up with the holocron questline to allow for it, which made it so much simpler to, because the holocron would tell you what you would need to do to kind of unlock your quest, to unlock your, you know, what you needed to do, what profession did you need to master. And so all of a sudden you would have people who were Terraskazi, unarmed experts, and then all of a sudden they were, you know, professional dancers and such of that nature. And it was interesting. It was a weird time, for sure. And let's see, where are we going? Where are we going? That's the question. Where's our galaxy map? Oh, I don't even know if there's like comments. Again, I did not set it up. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm missing out on all the comments. Talking to myself. I don't even know if people are here. Saying hello. Jedi Ninja Turtle is here. I wish I could experience this game the way I did the Old Republic. Unfortunately, I did not have a computer at the time, but now that I'm privy to this emulator, that may change. Hey, by the way, hello, Jedi Ninja Turtle. Let's put this over here. But yeah, I played this game when it first came out. I mean, I didn't have a computer at the time either, but I did have access to a cyber cafe by my house, and that's where, you know, I would go to like on the weekends. And this game actually inspired me to go out and get my own computer and to pursue that. But yeah, there's two emulators for SWG. There's a I think it's just called SWG. I'm not sure, but it doesn't have space flight, and it's pre jump to light speed basically. So it has everything the game had before the first expansion, Jump to Light Speed, came out. And then you have Star Wars or SWG Legends, which is still the original SWG. It still has the same. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Professions. No. Yeah, so this is obviously the old school. Did I really get up to 90? When did I do that? This is the way that they updated it after everything. So SWG Legends, it has the space flight and everything, but it has that as a what was it called? New Game Experience, NEG, New Game or NGE, right? NGE, the New Game Experience. So if you want the old progressions, the old way of doing things, where there was Terrascazi, bio handler, you know, and all like medic and all those fun ways where you could be a pistolier, and you could be, you know, and you could be a doctor, you know, the old school SWG experience. Then you want the other SWG emulator. SWG Legends takes place after the fact. This was the New Game Experience, where they just turned it all into professions. So as I was talking about before in Star Wars Galaxies, they made it so you could do holocron quests, and you could, you know, go out there and try to become a Jedi through those mastering different professions, visiting specific points of interest, such as visiting the Sarlacc pit, visiting the Jedi Temple ruins on Tatooine, things like that. You would visit certain areas of interest, and that would tell you. I need to figure out where I'm going, by the way. Where's my quest, guys? Where is my quest? And that would, you know, tell you where you need to go. Jedi's weapon. That will show you the way. Cool. Return to Tatooine. Alright, so we have to get all the way back to Tatooine. Well, let's do this. Right, I'm gonna have to find a place to land my ship. So there was this, you know, whole thing of progression. People started grinding that, and then Jedi was felt to be a little overpowered once you did finally master it. And of course, a lot of people you know, went on that gaming grind to you know, to become a Jedi and things of that nature, and people felt it was overpowered. They didn't feel the bounty hunters were able to really contain them. So there was all these changes, and eventually they just redid the whole thing into the New Game Experience, and that's this emulator that we're playing. It's the New Game Experience. That really turned off the majority of the players who had been playing. They really enjoyed the way the skill progression had happened, because with the New Game Experience, they really, I mean, they were basically just trying to copy World of Warcraft and making it more World of Warcraft friendly, trying to do things of that nature. And, you know, that's not why people were playing the game. So did not turn out too well. A lot of people quit. A lot of people didn't do that. Subscriptions, finally, it just wasn't cost, just did not work anymore. So they eventually closed the game, and no more Star Wars Galaxies. But it depends on what game experience you want, but there are emulators for both of them. Oops. What do we got here? Nope. Hallie, glad to finally make a live. Start as vanilla as possible just so you can get the original experience. Yeah, absolutely. I enjoyed. I think vanilla's great. The only reason why I actually started playing this this emulator was for the fact of the spaceships. I really, come on, man, give me my spaceship. I really wanted to play in space for a while. Like, I just really loved the space combat of it. I felt the Old Republic, I didn't really like their space combat. And then when they did finally add in their, they added in a different space combat. I don't know, I just didn't like it. Come on, guys. There we go. I just didn't like it. I don't know. It was alright, but it wasn't, it wasn't SWG, so I ended up not going there. Alright, let's get out of here. So we're going to go to Theed Spaceport. Let's go there. And that's where we're going to go. Always open for questions and comments and all that fun stuff. Has anybody been reading the new books? I just got the Ronin book. I haven't read it yet, but it's the book based off the Duel from Star Wars Visions. If you guys, the Duel seems to be everybody's favorite episode of Star Wars Visions, and it's a book based off of that episode. It's follows that character that we're introduced to, and so I'm hoping to find out like why exactly he has the. That's right, I don't have a ticket. That's alright, I don't need a ticket. But I'm hoping to find out like why he has a collection of red kyber crystals, and I think we're gonna get to be able to delve into that and see what's going on with that story. I'm really looking forward to jumping into that story. So I'm looking forward to that. But if anybody else has read it, if anybody else has gotten into the Star Wars comics or the books, let me know so we could talk about it, get into it. We are gonna travel. That's what we're doing. We're going to Tatooine. But which starport? I don't remember. Let's say Mos Eisley, right? Let's try that. Alright. Always pausing during the loading screens. Always pausing. I wonder if that happens on Twitch. Does anybody know that? Does anybody know if when your game loads, if the video pauses on Twitch? I am definitely not an expert there. Let's see. Jedi Ninja Turtle. I just started listening to Light of the Jedi. Other than that, I have been catching up on the comics, and I'm really enjoying High Republic Adventures. Still haven't gotten to check out Visions yet, though. I hope to either this or next week. Yeah, I didn't catch it when it first came out, but we did eventually watch it, and also let's make sure I know where I'm going. I didn't catch it when it first came out, but eventually I was able to catch it. And alright, so we need to go to Bespin. And there's a few episodes that are just that are just silly, and I don't know, fun I guess, but like really just silly. And then there's some that just blow you away that are you're like, dude, I want a whole series about this one. I feel the duel was like really one of those. It reminded me of Ninja Scroll, like a cross between Ninja Scroll and Star Wars, which I love Ninja Scroll. So yeah, I really felt that was that, and so I'm really excited about the book and seeing where it goes, and kind of learning more about the character, and and diving into. But let me know what you think about Light of the Jedi so far. It was an interesting book. I read it, and it covers it. It's the beginning of everything that kind of set up your adventure. Come on, guys, load up. All right, sure. All right, where are we going? We're going this way. But yeah, I've been reading so I read the first 6 comics of High Republic Adventures, and yeah, I thought it was interesting. It sounds like a very interesting story with the two friends and things of that nature. I end up deciding not to continue just for the sake of money. You can't buy them. You can't buy them all, and I decided to follow just the regular High Republic comics. But I did pick up the new one. That's the Investigations one. I just picked that up. I haven't read it yet. It came out last week, I think. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the Jedi and murder investigation. Sounds like a fun thing. All right, so let's continue our Jedi adventure here and see if there's any Jedi philosophy. See, in the Old Republic, there's a lot of things that test our Jedi philosophy and allow us to explore Jedi concepts. Does SWG Legends hold up to the same? I don't know. We're going to find out. We just found our crystal for our lightsaber, so let's see where we go with this. It will be useful to you. First lightsaber. Alright, we got a training lightsaber and our color crystal. And we got some money. Alright, excellent. Oh, did we get a green one? We got a green one. Sweet. Let's tune the crystal. Yeah, I'm not going to trade it. Open lightsaber. Bam. And equip our lightsaber. Alright. Now let's see if we want to. Bib's offer. Let's go meet some people. And we got some cash, so I think we could take a shuttle port. There we are. There we are. Let's see what we got. I like it so far. But out of Light of the Jedi, the main Marvel High Republic series and adventures, I prefer Adventures. The Monster Hunting Adventure comic, I can't remember the name, is good too. Yeah, the one with I can't even remember her name. I thought she was a cool character too. And you get to explore more. Like, her character is more featured in the later books, and so that's always cool. And I like her character. It's a very interesting character. What book was I reading that? Which one was I reading? I can't remember. But the High Republic one, I just really like the High Republic comics because of the and I can't. I'm drawing a blank on character names for some reason. My mind's just not there today, I guess. But I really like the featured character. I really like her. I like that she cusses all the time. That just makes me smile. I think it's funny. Let's see. We are going out to meet Bib, so we want to go to Anchorhead. Is it Anchorhead? I want to go. Yeah. That might not be right. Hang on. Hang on. It's been a very long time since I played this game. Oh, we're meeting Bib all the way out in Mos Eisley. Never mind. Forget I said that. Purchase a ticket. Alright. Ticket's complete. Let's go. Let's go. Loading up. Loading up. Loading up. Okay. Here we are. But yeah, I don't have any big rants for you on this episode. We're just playing a little SWG, relaxing a bit. Yeah, don't have anything big. Don't have any topics planned for you. Actually, I was just really testing out to see if SWG works okay on streaming it, in case we want to do that later. Just kind of a test run, seeing how this all works. And such. No Jedi lessons planned for you, nothing lined up. Just good old rambling, seeing whatever we got, whatever we're doing. And there are spooky season stuff. That is a skeleton Don. Alright. Let's see what we got here. You have to hurry. Jabba is already searching for you. Why does Jabba want to force me to work for him? That's a fair question, I think. Can't explain right now. The Empire wanted you because you're special, and that's good enough for him to want you too. That's all I could say right now. Okay, sure. Speaking of Jedi philosophy, I understand if you'd rather save it for a full-fledged video, but I mentioned before and asked about your fitness regimen. Would you care to go into that? Yeah, I mean, I can. My fitness regimen is, I mean, like right now, it's kind of just sporadic. But personally, I don't know, it's a mix of things. Like, I like to do mainly what I find that works for me. So what do I do? All right, there we go. Mainly what I find works for me is HIIT program. I like high intensity interval training. But I don't just use body weight. I think those exercises are great, and I actually with my new job, we're actually developing on some stuff, so I might be able to usurp or co-develop or use or tie into what I'm working for with my job for Jedi, like fitness and Jedi meditations. I might be able to use something to go along with that. Excuse me. And so I'm excited about that, but that's like so far off right now. That's like in the very early development stages that we might be able to have something to really tie into. But one of the things that I was talking about with my boss was about HIIT training and cardio training and weight training and things like that. We're setting up a way to do that and to produce things of that nature. And so for me personally, I like using, and I keep looking over here because my workout equipment's like right off screen over here, and I'm in the process of moving it down to the garage so I have room and space to use it, and then I get it out of here, and all this and that. The fun of life and trying to sort out life. Lots of projects to do and get done. But so for me, I incorporate weights into my HIIT training, as well as body workouts such as pull-ups, push-ups. I love jump rope. Jump rope's another big one, but then I like the body weights, the idea of like jumping squats and things of that nature. And that doesn't work for everybody, obviously, right? Everybody has their own physical things, health that they have to worry about, and they have to, listen to their own bodies, what they can do, what they can't do, what's good for their health, what would just hurt them and injure them, right? We've all lived life, so we all have injuries of some kind that we have to take into account. Not everybody can go running, not everybody can do, certain exercises, things of that nature. But interval training, like high intensity interval training, you could still always kind of develop something for just about everybody because of how it's designed and the effects that it has on the body. So it doesn't really matter what exercises you use. It's just a matter about, what works for you. So for me, that's kind of my preference. That's where I go to, but I like to switch it up a lot. I like to, use different things. Like even with hit training, I'm still doing deadlifts in that, depending on the day, depending on the workout, right? And things of that nature. I'll use, I use dumbbells of some kind, or again, I'll just, I have a program that can be done, where it's just audio and I can go out to the park and I can do that. Like I developed like MP3 that I put together that's timed out, and it follows that interval training. It has 30 seconds of me talking in my ear, keeping me going, and then the rest period, and then that. And I built a couple of audio exercises like that for myself. So those are my things. That's my regimen. I keep it to a pretty, or I look to keep it to my preferred schedule is kind of going with like a little something every day, but focusing on different things. But if I'm focusing on total body on a certain week, like for some reason I just have this total body workout that I want to do, then I stretch out the days, usually like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing, and then like I said, I'm always switching it up. I'm always trying new things. Sometimes like I get inspiration. Again, the job that I'm working at now, one of the things that I do is I'm a social media manager for a gym out here in Southern California. And so I have access to this, private facility, this private gym that I can go there and part of our, campaigns or getting material or getting stuff for the social media campaigns and stuff like that. I get to go out there with my significant other, and, she'll do like the filming and stuff, and then I can just get a workout on this, in this private facility with their equipment, which again, will change things up. But really it's about setting it up. And the reason why it's all in flux right now, and I don't have a set routine besides, ADHD brain, is because I was working a very physically intensive job. I was working as a ranch hand at a kennel and taking care of horses and dogs and all that stuff. And because of that, I was staying really active. I was getting in a workout every day, like after I'd be done cleaning up the horses, or even during, I'd grab and I'd do pull-ups and things of that nature, and I'd do dips on the horse railings and things like that. So I was using there, and then of course like there would be like gravel to be filled in for the dog areas, and so like lifting those up and curling that and doing shoveling and using the wheelbarrow and running up and down a hill and always uphill and downhill, and during it, and it didn't matter the temperature, it'd be triple digit weather, 111 degrees or whatever, 106 degrees, and I'd still be out there doing all that stuff. So that really kept me in shape, and it really helped me time management wise, because I could just do that as my work. It allowed me the time to meditate, and it allowed me the time, the physical process of being a Jedi. So and then I changed jobs, got a new job, and it's a computer job. I'm at the desk, I'm hunched over, it's very sedentary, it's very static, and so I changed it up, and now I'm trying to get back to a relevant schedule, and I haven't set up anything solid yet. So it's been me sitting down, working with the new job that I have, like working with them, and like coming up with new exercises and coming up with ways to pick new exercises. So I'm always kind of like I'm in this flux of always picking new things and always picking new exercises and trying to find when's the right schedule. Do I want to work out in the mornings? Do I want to work out in the afternoons? Like kind of break up the day a bit. Do I want to work out like afterwards? Like do I want to do all that? Like so there's always this so I haven't quite figured out my schedule per se just yet because it's a lot of work from home. A lot of I get to determine when I work, when I don't work, and things of that nature. So it's very freeing, which is great. But also, as someone who, structure is key. Like I run a very loose ship, so I've been having to stay on top of myself more, exercise a bit more of that Jedi discipline, and it's about coming up with a schedule that works for me. And I've just been rotating. Some days have been better than others, and then kind of rotating here and being like, okay, this schedule works, and then this schedule doesn't work. Here's why this one works. Here's why this one works, and then just playing with it. And I don't know. I haven't settled on anything particular as of yet, but I know I can say, for my own personal flavors and things of that nature, that HIIT training or HIIT, I don't know why I'm saying HIIT training. That's redundant, but HIIT programs are my preference, and they're what I go to, and those are the ones that I enjoy the most. I like the high intensity. I like that momentum. I like that let's go, let's do this, let's hit this exercise for 30 seconds, let's go, and then boom, that stop, and then go, all right, stop. I like that pacing. I like that stuff because it allows me to go and hit it and not and that keeps me active. That keeps me more in it. That's more fun for me. And I always say your fitness regimen's got to be fun. Got to have fun. It shouldn't be a chore. It should be something you have fun doing. And that kind of program, that kind of training is what really I find the most fun and the most involved, rather than just like following a program, or rather than just like, all right, I'm going to hit these sets today, or I'm going to do these sets today, or anything like that. Like I definitely prefer like just trying to rock it out and testing yourself, and then trying to do better each time. Like every 30 seconds, maybe you only get in 3 pull-ups or something, right? Like maybe you're just struggling on the bar, just and you can't get it. But the next day, you keep moving and you get a little better, and you can keep challenging against yourself and keep growing in it. So I don't know. That's me. That's where I'm at. That's what I like. But yeah. All right. I was ignoring the chat the entire time. Let's see what we got. HIIT is great. Lately, I've been crunched for time, so I'm having to go quick and dirty myself. Yeah. I usually get in 30 minutes a day. Yeah, that's always good. Mostly body weight and cardio lately. I also incorporate weights as well. I think it's personally, like, if you can, like, if everybody's like, if you can do that, that's to me, that's the way to go. Because as you say, you can get in 30 minutes. Yeah, it's quick, it's dirty, it's you at the end of that 30 minutes, you feel it, right? And yeah, like it as you say, it sounds like our regiments are similar. It's and I just like HIIT programs. I think they're fun. Is he going to kill him? So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And I mean, even when I get my schedule sorted out and get everything done, and I have my time actually sorted out and my workout space sorted out and all that fun stuff, I mean, HIIT programs are just what I like. I like developing my own, but I look forward to working with trainers again in this new job that I have. I'm looking forward to working with other trainers and developing new programs, and then I'm looking forward, and I think I will be able to share those programs with all of you, and we should be able to do that for those that want to do that or are interested in doing that. All right. People don't know who to trust here. We're dealing with Java. Why would anybody trust anyone? Okay, I'll do what he says. Might as well. Let's move on. Let's do that. I'm sitting here rambling and stuff like that. All right. Where are we moving to next? Oh, that's really close. Oh, great. All right. Let's see where we're at. I need a rival gang roughed up. Think you can do that? So here's the difference. here's why this game's not really great for exploring Jedi philosophy, right? Like in the Old Republic, you have a Jedi character, you have Jedi specific quests, and they test Jedi concepts or what they think Jedi concepts are, right? And we can kind of dig into that. Here, with Legends, this is again when they're trying to kind of copy WoW, so they start giving you very strict quest lines and that are Star Wars inspired quest lines. But like a Jedi is not gonna work for Java. A Jedi is not gonna go rough up another gang. You know, like that's come on, man. That's not it. What'd they do? That's a fair Jedi question. What'd they do? Why am I doing this? They killed one of Jabba's couriers and stole some valuable Old Republic coins. Jabba wants them back. What about the gangsters that have them? Jabba wants them dead as an example to other upstart gangs. You want me to kill them in cold blood? Come on. Jedi. Jedi don't do that. Won't be cool, pal. I can tell you that. Get out of here. I like to see if I could get your coins back. I mean, there's even quests in Star Wars, the Old Republic, where you're just like, no Jedi would accept this. This is not okay. That's not what we do. But here we are. We're stuck in SWG, and hey, is that art? That is art. When did they do that? That's cool. Got some graffiti going on. I'm down with that. You have entered an area that prohibits macros. Alright. So let's go do this quest that makes no sense for our character to do. But we're in a video game. We don't really get the choice here. Not quite sure how I got to see profession. I'm maxed out of my profession. I'm a level 90 Jedi. I have no idea how I got there. I have absolutely no idea. I'm a level 90 Jedi and I'm doing the beginner quest line. How did that happen? No idea, but we're gonna continue on. Just means I won't die while doing this stream. Peyton the Nerd, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Let's see. What's your favorite bad Star Wars game? For example, mine is Masters of Terrascazi. That is a really good bad Star Wars game. I really like that game too. My favorite bad Star Wars game is, and I have it actually on my Xbox right now, is Star Wars Pod Racer. The from like, you know, it's from like episode 1, Star Wars Pod Racer. It's not a great, like, but it's fun, like, for what it is, you know. But yeah, that's probably my favorite bad Star Wars game is Star Wars Pod Racer. I really, I really enjoyed that. I've put in a lot of hours in that game. Before I used to own the physical copy. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, and I have it download. As I said, I have it downloaded on my Xbox right now. But yeah, lots of fun. But it's a horror. I also like Terrascasi. We are in desperately need of a remake of this game. I agree. I agree. Uh, I mean, this is the new game experience, which you know, uh, people have opinions on. Like they have opinions on. People have opinions on new game experience of SWG. Like people have opinions on the sequels of Disney. You know, sometimes favorable, sometimes not so much. So, you know, but yeah, I definitely agree that SWG needs, like, if we're gonna make a new Star Wars game, especially an MMO, that it has to have the skill progression of the original Star Wars game and really bring back that. What made this game great, especially in the beginning, was the social interaction. Kind of like it was almost forced social interaction, right? I think you could take away the player cities and all that. I know a lot of people love that, but I think that kind of, it removed, it clicked, made clicks and stuff. It took away from the social interaction, and I think you could, but get back to going to the cantina and having the dancers be a very specific progression that you can go through. But the fact that you could be a master pistolier and a professional entertainer, a master entertainer, I always thought was great. Or like for myself, uh, I had master pistolier and master medic, and in the doctor tree, and I think that kind of progression, that kind of freedom to play around and build your own character, much more fun than kind of being stuck into like this now, like where your profession is, you're stuck into this, right? And yeah, I like the diversity that you're not stuck into a character, but you can go around and build and stuff like that. And then that you can have that social aspect that if you want to heal those wounds, you got to get to the cantina. You have to do that. And if you want to, the mind wounds and stuff like that, the battle fatigue, if you want to get rid of that, you got to get to the cantina. And that's where the doctors were anyways. They weren't hanging out in the med center. They were hanging out in the cantina, healing the dancers, and the musicians, keeping their action bar going. And then they're there to heal your wounds, your battle wounds, your health bar and your action bar, and keep those, get those up. And it's that forced interaction, like, so the people would tip each other and things like that, so you could be, your whole gameplay could be in the cantina, and you would still get money, you would still earn credits, because of the people who were the combatants of the game were out there fighting, earning that money, coming in, getting healed up, getting taken care of, tipping money to the people who healed them up, and bam, 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 the money flowed, everything was good, and I really think we deserve a remake of SWG brought back up. I mean, we've seen, again, New World has a similar kind of progression, kind of, not like, obviously, it's very loosely, but you can see that it allows you the freedom to kind of focus on different weapons and focus in different classes and focus in different areas. If you want to be an armor or things of that nature, you can kind of focus and do those things, and you're not pinned in by picking like, oh, I'm a cleric, or oh, I'm a ranger, or anything like that. You get to kind of pick and choose what you want to focus on and go from there, right? And build your own character off of that. So we're seeing a return to that, where we're seeing that kind of movement away from the WoW bubble of MMOs, and kind of getting into the more freestyle and getting back to those, like, all right, let's give you a skill progression, and see where you go from there. So I definitely hope we see more of it, and I definitely hope Star Wars gets something like that. Let's see. I'm missing my chat here because you remember remember Super Bombad Racing? Yes, I'm generally shocked that anyone thinks Pod Racer is bad. It's great. It's not great. It's not great. Terrascasi wasn't bad. I mean, it's bad for all the same reasons. The graphics were poor. You had limited gameplay, and you were stuck into a character, and the storyline was, I mean, non-existent. Like just enough to keep like for an excuse for the game, right? Like, I mean, it's not a bad game. I don't think Masters of Terrascasi was a bad game, and I don't think Pod Racer is technically a bad game, but like others do. Others do. Super Bombad is so ridiculous and random, and I love it. Man, what was the Demolition Derby one for PS1? That was another ridiculous game. I think it was called Star Wars Demolition. Oh, wow. How on the nose. Yeah. Star Wars Demolition. What was Jedi Power Battles? I like Jedi Power Battles. That was fun. That was a good one. That was another good game. Alright. We're returning. Here's your money. Bib wants you to talk to Dinar about doing a delivery for him. That's all you need to worry about. What if I refuse? I let the local authorities know you were the one that killed those gangsters. Yeah, I kind of walked into that one, buddy. Then all you have to worry about is dodging the law and Jabba's hitman. This deal is getting worse all the time. Alright, got it. Being blackmailed into helping gangsters. I got it. That's what you get for dealing with gangsters in the first place, buddy. Jedi Power Battles was always my party game. When friends came over, it was huge in my friends' circle. They were just releasing Star Wars games left and right during the prequels era, and a part of me wishes that it was still like that today. Yeah, Lucas. When Lucas had it, he was a machine, man. Like that whole, Lucas Arts and everything like that. Oops, got turned around. They were, Lucas. Lucas Arts and Lucas Games. They were a machine. They pumped out a lot. It was good times. It was definitely good times. I think because they made that announcement not too long ago, right? That's where we got Jedi Fallen Order from, is that they made the announcement that they're going back to, they removed EA from the sole ownership of Star Wars games and reopened up the licensing that, LucasArts used to do, where they would license the games out and things of that nature. And that's when we were getting, those games developed that we talked about last time, about, Star Wars 1313, the Darth Maul, story games and things of that nature. When those projects were being developed, we were seeing those, and then they took it away and they kind of gave it exclusively to EA, and we saw how that kind of went, and we saw, that was, a bad choice. And now that they've taken away and reopened it to licensing to other companies again, I think we'll see a lot more. What I'm really looking forward to is the remake of Knights of the Old Republic, because it is like a full-on remake, meaning that they're not just remastering the game, they're just not updating the game with fresh graphics, which I'm sure some people would like, but they're actually like bringing the entirety of the game together. And what they're actually doing, or what's rumored, I guess I should say, not like I work there, it's not like I really know, but the rumors are is that they're kind of combining 1 and 2 together into a cohesive storyline, and kind of combining elements of them together, and that we're going to get, basically we're getting a new game with familiar characters and a familiar story, but it's not going to be exactly the same. And so, but you're still going to have Revan, you're still going to have Bastila, and so we get to see what other goodies we get out of the game, and I'm really looking forward to it. And that was also part of that news of, like, we've taken the license away from EA and we're allowing other companies to do it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Aspire does with it, and what they develop and what the new Knights of the Old Republic looks like. Really looking forward to it. So I think we might get more. I really think we might get more. Do you think they'll re-canonize it? I think that's a part of it. Is that they're allowing it to come back so that they can do that. Because if it's a remake, it's a whole new, here's this thing that happened. And I think, why are they redoing the story, right? Why isn't it just a facelift for a game that everybody already loves? Everybody already loves Knights of the Old Republic. You don't have to do anything to it. Can you update the gameplay? Can you update the graphics? Sure. You could do that easy, and that takes no time at all. It obviously takes time, but it doesn't take as long as developing a game from the ground up. We should already have that game available to us, right? Especially since there were already people out there who were doing that exact same thing. They were just giving that game a facelift, and Disney shut them down. Lucas shut them down. And if you look at the timeline of when that happened, it's all pretty, it all ties together. And because I always said, why make him stop? Why make him delete his files? Why not just hire him and do this thing? And it was because Revan, or the Knights of the Old Republic storyline, didn't really fit into their universe. They wanted to be very... Disney wants to be very, Marvel's made them very aware of cultivating their universe and doubling down on that, continuity. And they keep their continuity checkers very, very, in check. And so I think a part of it, why we're getting a fresh, or a remade story, not just a remake, or a remaster rather, not just getting a remaster. The reason we're getting a remake is because they want to cultivate the story to fit in with the universe as it is now. They want to fit it into the Disney universe, so that Revan, Bastila, and all of them are now canonical in the new Star Wars universe. Because I think Dave Filoni wants to use them. He's made hints and references to that era and to that game more than once in more than one show. So I think we're headed there. I think there's been rumors of a Knights of the Old Republic movie for a very long time. I think they're moving in that direction. I think they're gonna give fans what they want, and I think this game is a part of making sure, kind of rewriting the story a bit, making sure the continuity fits, adjusting things so it all fits into the Disney Star Wars canon. So I think that's what we're gonna see. That's what I think, at least. I could be completely wrong. I don't know anything. I'm not on the ins, so I'd be surprised if they didn't. They have mentioned of Revan in Clone Wars and in some canon source books. I'm just glad it's not like what Rockstar is doing with their so-called remasters that differ very little from the original game. Yeah. Just giving a facelift is, I don't know, that's... Or how, Nintendo sells 20-year-old games for $60, right? It's... there's the nostalgia factor, and then there's, creating something new. And I think we first saw that with the Final Fantasy VII remake, where they came out with Final Fantasy, which I was stoked about. I literally saved my pennies, went out and bought myself a PlayStation solely so I could play Final Fantasy VII. That was it. It's collecting dust somewhere because that was the only game I played on that PlayStation. And so, I have I don't even remember which one is it, the PS4. like laying around. It's not even hooked up to my TV right now. Laying around because I just wanted to play the new remake of Final Fantasy VII, which I thought was really cool, and I thought it was great that it wasn't just a remake. I mean, there's parts I was disappointed about, how it was only like the first quarter of the game that you're paying for. Like, I'm sorry, man. PS1, I paid for a game. I paid my $60, and I got a 4-disc, 90+ hour video game, and this time I pay $80, and I get a quarter of that game. Okay, that doesn't seem fair. That doesn't seem right. Like, that's the thing I didn't like. But the graphics, the story, the more in-depth storyline, the more getting to know these other characters and things of that nature, I really enjoyed that, and I really think it spoke a lot to how you can remake a favorite game and then make it fresh. The combat was changed a bit, obviously the graphics and things of that nature, but it was still familiar enough, and the story was familiar enough, and the characters were familiar enough that you still got that nostalgia hit, that you were like, yes, but it was fresh, it was relevant, it was, it made sense for the times. I'll go ahead and air my dirty laundry out and say I'm a bit of a Nintendo shill, but I like being able to have the old games all on one system, because in the end it's better than paying initial prices on eBay, true that, and what have you, for the original. Yeah, so I had a Nintendo that was working up until just a couple years. It was my original Nintendo, and it was still working up to a couple years ago, and I had a couple of the original games, but I couldn't find where my other games were, where my original Nintendo game collection was. And I am talking about the NES, just in case there's any question there. I'm talking about the original NES. That was the gaming system I grew up on, and blowing on the cartridges and stuff, and so that was working up until just a few years ago. I don't remember exactly when, but it kicked out on me. But I was looking for games, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go. Let me see how much. They can't be that much, right? Because it's an obsolete system. No, considered collector stuff now. It's ridiculous to pay for, like you said, on eBay. And it doesn't matter where you search, man. Like, they were all stupid expensive. So I ended up paying, like, I don't know, $40, or I don't even know if it was 40. Might have been 20 or something. But for one of those cartridges that's like 200 games on one cartridge, kind of deal. Like, I was fine with that, because then I got to play like Paperboy and things of that nature, and I was stoked about that. Like, but yeah, so. I'm with you. I'm not bad. I mean, but look, if you're gonna release a game, don't just we can get into it. But I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying, if you're gonna remake a game, then remake it. Don't just remaster it. Don't just give it a facelift. Especially for games that aren't that old. That, like, you're like, you're splitting hairs here on the high definition side of things. Like that, like, to me, I don't know. I don't get all that, right? Like, I kind of had my qualms about that with the Mass Effect, remaster, where they released the entire trilogy all in one game, which I thought was cool, and I bought it, and I love it, because I love Mass Effect, obviously. I love Mass Effect. But, like, especially when it comes to Mass Effect 3 versus the new trilogy, remaster, you're splitting hairs on the graphics. You really are. You're splitting hairs on the texture pixels and the shading and things. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, that's not why I play. I don't play games because the shadow effect is so well done. So, I mean, like, when it comes to things like that, I get a little iffy. But if remake the game, add to it. Bring it up, like, do something with it, Anyways. Um, let's see, where are we at? Not bashing Nintendo. Big fan of them all. I just don't agree with some of their business choices, which is fair. Which is fair. I agree. Nintendo is the only console I've owned for years now, though. I have kids, so I like the quick pick up and put down playability of most of their titles and systems. That's fair. That's fair. My PS5 has been the main console I've played since I got it at launch. First of all, congratulations on getting a PS5 at launch. Jeez, that was like rarer than gold. I barely use my Switch for anything other than Smash. That's fair. Congratulations on the PS5 though. I'm sitting over here like I'm a Microsoft fanboy. I got my Xbox. I got my computer games. That's it. And my original Nintendo, as I said, kicked out on me. Otherwise, I'd have that up, and that was always fun. But I never got the Switch. Yeah, I stopped following Nintendo for a little bit. I mean, I had the Super Nintendo. I used to hang out with my friend. He had the 64, and I was always at his house, so I never really needed to get the 64 for myself because we were always over there playing like GoldenEye and things of that nature. So we were doing that, and then when it went to like GameCube, I did not pick it up. It went to the Wii. My friend picked it up, and I didn't, and I just never kind of went back. I kind of stuck to Microsoft and PlayStation for most of it, but yeah, eventually I just, that's just me though. Yeah, I pre-ordered it when they first went live. I was the second person in GameStop to pre-order it, and the second person in line at 6 a.m. on launch day. That's sweet. That's sweet. If I had more times for game, PS5 would definitely be my main. Yeah, PS5, you definitely, like, the main titles these days definitely need time. Like, even games like Cyberpunk and such of that nature that I like to play definitely take time. The remaster for Knights of the Old Republic is actually coming out on PlayStation. It's a PlayStation exclusive, at least first, but it's coming out on PlayStation, and I'm not sure if it's going to be PlayStation 5 only. Like, I don't know if like I'll have to dust off my PS4 and hopefully it'll play on my PS4. I don't know if it'll be geared for that, but hopefully, because I really want to play the Knights of the Old Republic, and I am not looking to fight people for a PS5. Alright, let's go do this stuff. I'm sitting here staring. That makes for a really fun stream. Sitting here just standing in my Jedi robes, talking to a shady character in a back alley, not doing anything with the game.
You talk with your hands.
Yeah, I do talk with my hands. And I'm a single focused individual. Base Jedi, what's up? Thanks for joining us. Hey, what's going on? I'm just rambling, or we're just talking video games right now. So you could chime in with your preferred gaming system, or your preferred video game, or you're looking forward to a remaster or remake, or if you're looking forward to a comic or book or something of that nature. How far am I running here? Oh, I'm running a bit. Where's my... Alright, there we go. There we go. Okay, we got it. Welcome in, welcome in, indeed. And of course, if you have any Jedi philosophy questions, concerns, advice, etc., you are welcome to offer those in the chat at any given moment. Oops. There we go. I'll store that. Alright. To go. I'm old, I like old games. That's fair. I was just talking about how for just up till a couple years ago, I still had my original NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, with the cartridges, rocking that old stuff. So I was talking about how I was playing those old games and how trying to find games for it was expensive and difficult. And so I ended up just getting the, like 50 games in one cartridge for it, things of that nature, so you could play old games. We were talking about technically, if you all want to feel old, Knights of the Old Republic, that's considered an old game these days, right? That's an old game, technically. So, and we were talking about the remake on that. So that's technically an old game. Unless we're talking old games like Parcheesi or Chest or Checkers. Those are old games, right? Alright, let's talk to this guy. I have a package for you. Alright, waiting. Oh, there was something about what about the Steam system? Anyone know anything about the system? Is it worth it? It sure as heck sounded cool on paper. I think it looks cool, but the price is a bit steep for me. Yeah. I haven't looked into the Steam thing either, like outside of, oops. Cancel. Outside of just, regular Steam. I haven't looked into their console bit. I was interested about the Pizza Hut one. What's the Pizza Hut? I think it was Pizza Hut. That came out with a gaming console. I'm pretty sure it was a joke, but still. I remember that. That was funny. I would have ordered that. Pizza and gaming, I'm with that, man. Let's see. Peyton the Nerd. I like retro gaming. I own an arcade stick for my TV that has over 3,000 games on it. A lot of the original arcade games. Nice. As well as 64 games. Oh, that's cool. Mainly a retro gamer. Got a lot of retro gamers chilling in the chat tonight. Sweet. Well done. Speaking of Switch and KOTOR, it's about to release on Switch, and I'm def buying it for sure. For sure. I mean, you can get the original KOTOR on cell phones or tablets. Aspire, the same people who's doing the remake, they ported the game to cell phones and tablets to make it a mobile game. I'm even older than I thought. I like the NES. Yeah. And a huge SMB and SMB3 fan. Yeah, I still had, so when my original NES was still working, I had like 3 games. I couldn't find the rest of my games. I had 3 of them, and one of them was Super Mario Brothers 3, which absolutely big fan of that game. Loved it, and loved it when it came out, and loved it years later until my system finally just was not having it anymore. Just not doing it. Just kicked out. And I don't know why exactly. Like, could have just been power source, or it could have been something with the console itself. I had no idea. It just wouldn't turn on anymore. Could just have been the switch. Maybe the power switch just didn't click. Don't know. But just kicked out on me. Just wouldn't turn on anymore. My era is NES and up. My favorite system is Super NES, hands down. That's also where they came out with you know, Super Smash Brothers. Man, it was, on the Super NES. I remember after I moved on to, I think I moved on to the PlayStation One, and I just wasn't playing my Super Nintendo that much anymore, and I gave it to my half brother, and I gave him that game, and dude, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, and it was nice to pass on the nerd, because he was pretty younger than me, so it was nice to pass on the console and pass on that fun and pass on that nerd culture, like just to have fun with that game. So it was great. Yeah, I really liked it. A lot of good memories, good times. All right. I kind of wish Sega didn't quit making. Don't text and drive, kids. Kind of wish Sega quit making consoles. I'd love to see what a modern Sega console would look like, for sure. Yeah, those were great. I own them as well. Yeah, I think it's that, I don't know, you classify it like probably like the golden era of gaming back then. Like everything, because everything was new, really, right? Like it was on the cusp of innovation, so it wasn't just about making it, you know, bigger, brighter, better, but it was like about actual development and actual like new IPs. There was a lot more new IPs out back then and stuff like that, and everything was kind of new, right? Like everything was kind of like pushing the envelope. Like you would have game and story ideas, and then it was about developing and coding those games to accommodate, which was a lot of new territory for those games back then. And yeah, I think it was fun. I think I really like those old school games. Nothing against games nowadays, right? But I still enjoy them. There's still plenty of new games that come out that I enjoy, but there's just something about about that stuff. All right, where are we going? We're picking up a package from in here, I imagine. Come on, guy. Come on. Come on. All right, we're gonna have to search this place, I'm guessing. Oh yeah, I'm way high level. I forgot about that. These guys ain't gonna bother me. What's on the PS Classic? Nothing memorable. Like 20 meh games. It's missing a lot of the classics, but it has some gems in there. Best game on the PS Classics is Metal Gear Solid. That's definitely a classic. Mine were gifts. Nothing memorable. That sucks. Well, everybody's also got different, values of games and different games they like. So it's always a question of what speaks to you and what you really enjoyed and what you had access to at the time. Things of that nature. What kind of games you like. You know, you never know. You never know. But I definitely don't have the game list. It's definitely something that's gonna have to be Googled. Alright, I know it's in here somewhere. whole thing. I remember there's like this whole thing you have to do. Pretty sure for this quest. There you go. Like, personal data pad. Well, maybe we'll go right back out there. Let's take it to all right. Maybe this way. Who knows? I forget this entire quest line. Where are we at in the chat? What am I missing? Oh well, that's a great price. I have a Commodore 64 mini console, which I didn't know existed until I impulsively bought it on Amazon. Now I'm gonna have to impulse buy. Got mine for only $35. How's the game selection? Those technically called C64 Mini. I don't know why they didn't use the Commodore name. Could be a licensing issue. Got some fancy moves going on. Okay. It has 64 games and a lot of the classics with some obscure ones as well. Sounds worth it for if you're retro gaming to get like some of those. It's like with the emulators, you know, having the ability to, you know, to play the older games that have, you know, long since gone out of, I don't know if they've gone out of style as much as, you know, just kind of dropped from the public consciousness. Oh, and talking about like these emulators, if you play like this one, SWG Legends, or the SWG EMU emulator, you know, short for emulator, obviously. But if you play SWG emulator, those are all free, and they work off donations. If you're interested in playing some classic Star Wars Galaxies and starting it up. If I stream Star Wars Galaxies again, I'll probably go to the original SWG, where I am, you know, I'm a Terraskazi person. What are we doing? You guys seriously fight? I'm here to pick up a package. Ah, that's what I did. I missed the step. Okay. Okay. have a nice day. Well, I ran in there and fought people for nothing. Well, that's cool. That's fun. All worked out. I think I have to return here later. I think I jumped ahead. I think I jumped like 5 quests ahead. Alright. Let's get moving. There we go. Did you move yet? We are moving. Let's see. Now there's these older gaming companies trying to come back and make modern consoles like the Atari VCS and the Intellivision Amico. I haven't heard of those. I have not heard of those projects. I don't really keep my nose to the grindstone like on the industry, but that sounds interesting. I don't know how that's gonna work, but more power to them. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully they're able to develop something useful. Something that people like and want to invest in and have and partake in. Making games, the whole thing is about, it's not just about making the hardware or making the consoles available. It's about making IPs that people really want to partake in and enjoy. And especially for the older generation, I don't think there's enough of the pick up put down kind of games. I'm definitely a fan of role-playing games. That's my preferred genre. But most of them, you need at least an hour, to put in before you put it down. Just that, like the quests and things of that nature. You're not just gonna do like that one quest and, okay, I did this 10-minute quest in Dragon Age Inquisition, and then you're gonna, hop off, right? You're not just gonna go do that one thing. You're gonna want to kind of invest some time, because they usually have this. Even when you're just doing side quests and things like that, they can kind of snowball and move on. So you really do need that time to sit down and enjoy them. And that's just tough for a lot of people these days, even for the younger generation. There's just a lot going on right now where, dedicating your time to just sitting down and playing a game can be really tough, like when you're trying to juggle everything else, whether that's school, work, working out, especially for Jedi, right? Like, because we have, our studies, Jedi studies, our, physical well-being where we want to work out, and we have our meditations where we want to do, and things of that nature. We have all these extra things that we're putting on top of, whether, family life, social life, school, work, again, like home responsibilities and chores, and just that, things that you have to do around the house, wherever you're living, those kind of things. And that's a lot of time consuming, a lot of time management you have to work in, and sitting down and just really focusing in on a game is not something that a lot of us have time for. And when we do, and when we have that social time, that's a lot of times where we get that, where we want to hang out with others and have that social time of Netflix or watching binge watching a TV show or something like that. That's where our extra free time of hour goes. Or the comics, right? You have the comics or the books. You got to juggle your nerdum these days. You got to juggle what you're gonna geek out on any given day, and you kind of have to trade off. And so it's about developing games that can actually cater to that and actually and still retain your interest and still kind of keep you wanting to come back and wanting to pick up the game. That's the gaming industry's tough. It's tough. There's people got to get in there. The Intellivision Amico is basically like the Wii U but worse. That is probably the harshest critique there is. That's ouch. Alright. Sure, why not? Let's do this. Thanks. Okay, alright. I've just been mostly standing around jibber jabbering and not really, playing the game here. So, and what time is it? Yeah, we've been streaming for a little bit. We've been here for a little bit. So I'm gonna call it. Where the heck is this person even at? Oh, he's on the other side. So I'm gonna call it. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. I want to thank my Patreons, even though most of them are not here. Shout out to my Patreons. Thank you for the support. I always appreciate you guys. And I do have something Patreon specific, a video that I'm working on that's Patreon specific. Hopefully out by the end of the month. But, who knows. But, so thanks for my Patreons. Thanks for everybody for being here tonight. Base Jedi, Peyton the Nerd, and Jedi Ninja Turtle. Truly appreciate you all being here, being up in the chat, offering conversation and discussing video games and everything. Oh, John Smith just jumped in. Hey, everyone. Read the gaming industry. It's also kind of challenging to support them as so many of them are garbage to their employees. Can't argue that. And we are seeing a massive strike right now in the labor industry, like across all platforms. So I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing one there as well. Because, when you've worked in the gaming industry and you've done, like, even just for myself, like I used to do video game testing. I was a quality insurance tester, right? And that's, testing levels, checking for bugs, things of that nature, submitting reports. When it starts coming close to game times, the way that they treat their employees, the way the companies treat their employees is really, really, it's bad. It's really bad. Voice actors are treated really bad. It's bad all around. It can be really bad. The more you learn about it, the more if you get about it. But yeah, it's not good. And that does make it challenging. It does. It's why I'm not a big fan of EA and things of that. But we'll not get. That's a whole other topic. Like I said, I'm gonna jump out of here. I want to thank John Smith. Thank you for jumping in. I know you jumped in and I'm about to jump out, but thank you for jumping in anyways. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here. Again, shout out to the Patreons. Good night, Peyton the Nerd. Good night, Jedi Ninja Turtle. And good night, Base Jedi. And we will catch more. I'll try to stream a little bit more and hopefully have something a bit more directed. And we might just get back to the Star Wars just so we can explore the game's philosophy, like fictional Jedi philosophy versus real-life Jedi philosophy, and see how they mesh more. This game really doesn't offer it. It's just for this kind of stuff where we're just talking video games and hanging out. We'll still do that, but, yeah. Anyways, thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night. I appreciate you. And, of course,